kit into an R51 Nissan Pathfinder. This vehicle is exactly the same as a D40 Navara with the YD25 2.5 litre diesel engine. Now it's interesting to note there's two clutches going to these vehicles, a 250mm and a 275. The 275mm is not very popular, and today we're doing the 250mm installation. The clutch kit that we're installing is a Blue Steel Survivor Series clutch kit. Comes in an extremely comprehensive clutch kit. Start off first with the flywheel. So the Navara comes out brand new with a dual mass two-piece flywheel. We're doing a conversion today to a single mass one-piece flywheel. This is the Blue Steel Survivor flywheel. It comes with a claw groove technology for cooling, and it's one piece. Secondly, we've got is the clutch cover. The pressure plate in the Blue Steel Survivor clutch kit is a heavy duty pressure plate with SGI iron technology. Beautiful piece of workmanship. It comes complete with the bolts. The bolts are a Durlock bolt. We have a serrated edge. It's a patented technology of a serrated edge, so there's no need to use a spring washer. The kit also comes with a spigot bearing. In this case, for the Navara Pathfinder, it's a spigot bush. Comes with a clutch alignment tool, most important to use that. It comes with grease as well. It's only a small amount, but you only need to use a really small amount of grease as well. This is a stage 2 Survivor, Blue Steel Survivor kit. So it comes with the button type plate. It's a ceramic button plate, but it's also a sprung centre and a cushion plate as well. So this makes for good drivability on the road, but extremely high clamp loads with being a button type clutch. As I said, the Survivor, Blue Steel Survivor clutch kit is extremely comprehensive. It also comes with a rear main seal, which is a really good idea to replace it at the same time as while you're doing the clutch. Not all the clutch kits come with a rear main seal, but in the case of this particular Blue Steel Survivor kit, it does. And it comes with a quality thrust bearing as well. A Blue Steel thrust bearing, extremely good quality, pre-packed. Interestingly, with every Blue Steel Survivor clutch kit, it comes with a written report from a tester. So everyone is individually tested and reported on, and the tester signs each one with every clutch kit. And finally, with the clutch kit, it comes with installation notes as well. Important to read these. It comes with torque settings for the flywheel, torque settings for the pressure plate, and any particular notes as well. So it's a very comprehensive, heavy duty clutch kit. Okay, so while we're doing this installation today on this Blue Steel Survivor Series clutch kit into an R51 Nissan D40 Navara, I want to first show what you get the clamp load. We've already, as said earlier, it's already been clamp load tested by the factory, but I wanted to test this here again today ourselves. So I'm going to apply a clamp load to the clutch pressure plate, simulating the clutch disc thickness. And we go down to 440mm. And if we look at that there, it's got a clamp load of some 1,300 kilograms, which is exceptionally good for a heavy duty four-wheel drive clutch. But more importantly, I'm here to dispel a myth today. Now, people think that a heavy duty clutch will relate to a heavy pedal pressure, and it won't. So let's have a look also. Before we do the clutch installation today on this vehicle, I have a device here which measures the actual pressure required to push down the clutch. So this is the old clutch in this vehicle, the old standard clutch, and we're going to measure here the actual pressure required to apply this clutch. And if we continue down there, and we can see that it's just on 20 kilograms of downward force required to apply the clutch on this vehicle. As we'll see later, after we've fitted the new clutch, we'll test the force required again and compare the difference. Okay, so we've removed the gearbox from the D40 or R51 Pathfinder, and the clutch itself, although it is worn down, it's not worn out completely. The old pressure plate still is holding pressure, and the clutch plate does have some room. The main problem is that the dual mass flywheel has failed. You can actually see physically it's fallen apart and it's failed. That's the main problem we've got here. So on the vehicle we've fitted the new Blue Steel Survivor clutch kit. You can see we've got the new flywheel fitted, we've got the new heavy duty pressure plate, and we've got our alignment tool in there all set up so it's aligned properly. We've tensioned all the flywheel bolts and the cover bolts correctly, and we've used Loctite on all those. We've also replaced the rear main seal and fitted the new spigot bearing. So it's all set ready now for the new gearbox, for the gearbox to go back in. Just one note, I'll just show you over here. In the instructions, or in the notes, from the Blue Steel notes, it clearly says to remove the crank angle sensor before removing the gearbox, as it can be easily damaged. Well, we didn't do that. We didn't remove it, the crank angle sensor, and this is the result. It's going to cost us a new crank angle sensor. So read your notes and pay attention to those. The Blue Steel guys have done many applications before, so they know what they're talking about. So we're all set ready now to refit the gearbox. So we're here today fitting a Blue Steel Survivor Series clutch kit to a Nissan Navara D40 or a Nissan Pathfinder R51. We've all finished all the job now and we're ready to do the road test. But before we've done the road test, two things I want to show. First of all, this is the old pressure plate that we removed from the Pathfinder, and I just wanted to show the difference in the clamp load. So if we now take this clutch kit out to its fullest extent, its maximum it's going up is to maybe nearly 700 kilograms of clamp load, which is less than or just over 50% of the Survivor Series clutch pressure plate. But more importantly, I want to dismiss a theory today, or a myth today, that a heavy duty clutch means a heavy pedal. So as you can see, we've moved from the standard clutch at 700 kilos to the heavy duty Survivor clutch in the vehicle now, and we measured the clutch pedal pressure before we put the clutch in, and it was needing 22 kilograms of pressure to apply the clutch. Now with the new clutch installed, to operate the clutch is now just over 15 kilos, 15.5 kilos to operate the clutch. So it's significantly lower pedal pressure required, even though we've actually achieved a higher clamp load from the heavy duty clutch. Okay, so let's take it for a road test. Okay, so we're about to go for our first test drive in our Nissan Navara Pathfinder YD25 vehicle that we've fitted a Blue Steel Survivor Series clutch kit to. And bear in mind, this is a Stage 2 Survivor Series, a heavy duty cushion ceramic button. So we'll start the vehicle up. Now my first notice immediately is just how much lighter that clutch is. That feels unbelievably lighter, the weight on that. Selects gears nicely, and nice smooth take up, and which is particularly good, as I said, considering that this is a ceramic button plate that's being used in this clutch kit. So we'll take it for a run and see how she goes. That's beautiful, nice and smooth, very, very smooth operation. Select gears nicely. Okay, here we go for a road test. Very, very smooth. That's excellent, just takes up really nicely. But the most important part is, for the next 1 to 2 weeks, 1,000
1,500 kilometres, I'm going to drive the vehicle just like normal, nice and lightly. I'm not going to tow it all. I'm not going to do any four-wheel driving at all, just to bed all the clutch components in nicely. Now, over that period of time, I actually will notice that the clutch pedal pressure will actually increase slightly. I won't even notice the difference, but it actually will increase slightly as it beds itself in and it makes full contact. Then it'll be ready to be able to be used properly. But that's brilliant. That's really, really nice, smooth operation. Okay, so that completes the job on the new clutch kit, pressure plate, thrust bearing, and we've fitted a new flywheel as well, and we've gone from a dual mass clutch to a solid mass conversion, and it drives beautifully. The vehicle feels really responsive, but no, that's the job all done. I can't believe it's changed the vehicle so much with that lighter clutch. It just feels like a different vehicle to drive. My wife will actually drive this vehicle now, being so much lighter.